two different kinds of sentiments. The first being extreme hate, animosity, rage. And what they found was the DNA would actually wind and tighten and bind, it would knot up.
Wow.
Yeah, and conversely, he would have the people express the most wonderful, incredible feelings of unconditional love, like a mother would have for a child.
Yeah.
And what he found was the DNA would actually unwind. It would open up, which allows for the RNA to come in. It really helps facilitate healing.
Yeah.
So from this study, we can gather that to some degree, our DNA is a receptor for consciousness. It's kind of like an antenna.
Okay.
All right. Last study.
Right.
Okay. This study was conducted by Dr. Peter Garia, and what he had done is taken a salamander embryo, and using a non-burning laser, essentially light, would shine it into the salamander embryo. Now, this light was then redirected into a frog embryo. And you know what happened?
The frog acted like a salamander?
The frog embryo completely transformed into a salamander embryo. You're exactly right. It was genetically indistinguishable from a frog. There was no frog DNA in it at all.
Wow.
It was completely a salamander. There was no genetic evidence suggesting it was a frog to any degree. So what we can learn from this is that our DNA can be altered from an energetic charge. Energy can alter our DNA. So let's put the pieces together, right?
All right.
One, we've learned that there's an energy originating from the center of the galaxy that boosts our level of consciousness, okay?
Okay.
Two, our DNA is a receptor for consciousness. It serves as an antenna to maybe pick up this signal. Three, that it can be permanently altered. It can change. It can evolve from this kind of energy.
Okay.
Right, so the same kind of energy that's streaming into the planets, that's changing the properties of every planet in the solar system. This energy is coming into us, and what David Wilcock seems to think, and what I seem to think, is that our DNA is becoming charged as well. It's becoming activated for that period when it is going to reach a tipping point and it's going to evolve. So we're talking about immediate evolution, which I know, man. All the Darwin is rolling in his grave, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But there's been a lot of new research that's come out that really correlates with this theory, and so two paleontologists from University of Chicago have discovered from the most immense collection of marine fossils to date. They've discovered that new creatures emerge every 26 million years.
Exactly 26.
Yeah, they found cycles. And furthermore, Dr. Rhodes, Robert Rhodes from UC Berkeley, has used the same data set that the University of Chicago paleontologists used. And he's found a 62 million year cycle. And we're not talking about like crazy fringe science. This was published in probably the single most prestigious, top drawer scientific journal, Nature. And in that journal, they kind of discuss the implications of what this means. And they're saying that although right now they don't really know what's causing this periodicity, what they are speculating is that it's due to astrophysical, solar, and galactic factors.
Okay.
The same kind of energy that's coming in right now. So I as far as 2012 goes, I don't think we're at the pinnacle of human evolution by any means.
Yeah. But you think that like 2012 is going to do?
I think it's
something?
about the evolution of our consciousness.
Okay.
And if we look back at the study by Dr. Ryan, if you remember what opened up those DNA, opened up the helix? It was love. It was feeling the love, man. The DNA was feeling the love, and that's what this is about, man. That's what is going to help prepare us to usher in this incredible opportunity. You know, like it's important to have, man, a really positive, loving feeling, man, resonating within us, resonating with everyone around us, you know, emanating from us to others, to be helping others, to move in a really selfless direction. And that, my friend, is what I think about 2012.
Okay, interesting. Now, I have one question from
Yeah, go for it.
So there's this energy coming from like the center of our galaxy.
Maybe.
Maybe from the center of the galaxy. Like, what's the sort of view on what this energy actually is? Because I know what the scientific viewpoint on that tends to be. I'm curious if there's a slight, the conventional view.
Right.
So I'm interested in what.
I'm not sure. I don't know. What do you think?
There's meant to be a super black hole.
That's
what I've.
Well, there's some work by a physicist named Nassim Haramein, who is all about black holes, man, and his work really ties in with 2012.
Okay.
So that would be a good outlet to look into if you're really interested in black holes.
I am quite fond of black holes.
Yeah.
They were pretty interesting, I find.
They are, man.
Yeah.
He suggests that we're entirely composed of black holes.
Really?
Yeah.
I just suppose you could go into that a little bit more.
Man, I can't because I haven't quite wrapped my mind around it yet.
It seems like something that's pretty difficult to actually wrap your mind around. Okay, so with this whole 2012 thing, we have to like really. You're saying we kind of have to be quite, accepting the love, so to speak, I suppose. Is there anything we can do to prepare for that, would you think, other than just being nice to people?
Loving one another, man. Really, really moving in a positive direction. Because as that study demonstrates, the negativity, the anger, the contempt, man, really does not contribute to the health of our DNA. It knots up the helix. So, okay. I think it's best to really move in a rad direction for ourselves, man, and for everyone around us and this whole planet, man, because we're all one entity. We're all one organism.
Well, yeah, we're all on the same rock, so yeah,
true.
We're stuck together. Okay, so how do you find? I suppose this is going on a slightly different tangent for this. How do you find like people accepting like this idea? Because obviously it's not something you see on television every day.
Yeah, it's pretty out there. It's pretty wild. Some people. I was talking to my grandparents about it.
Oh yes.
And out of all the stuff I've ever spoken to them about, all the politics, all the arguments, always button heads. But when I brought this up, they were kind of receptive of it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So I think some people are ready to hear it. Some people want to hear it. Others may not. But I think this is a time when people are becoming, they are waking up to some extent, having spiritual awakenings or personal awakenings. Now is the time, man, as we reach